was a good game. I knew going into it, it was going to be a battle. For me, it was like my first professional game back on home soil since 17. And it was my home stadium, so I'm from Redcliffe. My parents could walk to the field, which is a bit nicer than the 2 a.m. wake-ups. So yeah, everyone was there, all the support. Like, it was just fantastic to finally play in front of them all. That was what, I was like 17 in the W League, moved to the Wanderers, had a bit of a rocky season and wasn't really sure if I really loved the game as much. After that, went to UCLA and loved it. This is my recruitment trip at UCLA, so you get flown out for 48 hours, and that's like an NCAA rule, it can't be more than 48 hours. So I flew out there with my mum, and for me it just kind of blew me away, like the facilities there were just like top notch. So that's a long time ago, I think like 2016, yeah, crazy. This is like for sure some of the best memories of my life right here. This is us versus USC. They're our like crosstown rivals, so it's like who runs LA, it's kind of a thing. And we were 4-0, so we never lost to them, which was massive. And the games were just absolute thrillers. Like it was always back and forth. They score a goal, we score a goal, they score a goal, we score a goal. And it was always like overtime. And in college, it's like overtime, it's like golden goals. So it's just crazy. And I think this was in StubHub Stadium. And so it was just packed, you know, you get like 18, 19,000 people at a game, so funnest games of my life for sure. You're always going to see someone famous on campus every day at UCLA, it's kind of like a saying. We had Man United, Paul Pogba in my change room. We had Real Madrid, so I met Marcelo, which was really cool. Even just in terms of like basketballers, they would also be there a lot. We saw LeBron, Steph Curry, all of them, like they're just always there, like the facilities are just like unreal, of course. Graduated. Mum and Dad are proud. They always said, got to get your education, so extremely proud that like I got through it. I remember like crying one session after the World Cup and I was just like so overwhelmed. We were over like training, I think we were going over or something, and I had like 3 exams in the space of like game 1 and game 2, and like Vito's like managing my exams like 9 p.m. and I was just like so stressed, but I don't know, it's just like so worth it to have that backup plan and have a passion outside of soccer, which I think is like really important. Okay, this is a photo. Marley, Kennedy. Kennedy's a Canadian and Marley's American. This was like a fun, just like at the end of spring, which was our last session of like the school year. Obviously we're dressed as orange is the new black. And it's just funny because everyone's just in like horrific costumes and you just go out there and train. And it's just funny like playing small-sided in like these horrible costumes. So there were always like really fun sessions. You're getting better every day in this. Evie and Stevie, Mum and Dad. This was when they came visiting me in LA. So it was just like really nice, especially I think this was like my first or second year away from home. So just like having them come and, you know, they see what it's also about as well and meet everyone, and I think they love it just as much as I did. And Universal Studios is so much fun. You guys have to go. The Harry Potter world is unreal, it's so much fun. Their support, and even my sisters Hayley and Caitlin, they just could never have done it without them, for sure. This was a good weekend. This was Coachella. So Coachella is like, it's Coachella. It's like the king, queen of music festivals, however you want to say it. Unreal. You get to see like so many artists, and like there was like, that was when Beyonce had like Jay-Z and like Destiny's Child, and there was like Post Malone, there was Eminem, Rihanna. There was just so many people on like the one weekend, and it's just, yeah, a fun time with your friends. That's what you need. Yeah, the girls. Here we are, World Cup. I was extremely lucky to be a part of that team. I never really thought I would be a part of that team, especially being in college. A lot of coaches said I was out of sight, out of mind. But then being brought into that camp in Colorado, you know, helped a lot, put in a good performance, and then they really liked me and stuck with me, thankfully. Kind of like surreal every day. It's just like, whoa, I'm here kind of thing. You don't want to ever take it for granted. When I think of all the players growing up and just seeing them train and like play, and like, I think I have a photo of KK and I was like 12. And then there was a picture of us in Turkey like training together. Kind of comes full circle. Hey, here we go. Qualified for the Olympics. That's massive. That was also the beginning of COVID. Like, that's crazy. And I mean, I feel like you can just see the passion on the girl's face. Like, you don't qualify for the Olympics every day. This was me, the graphic, I guess, that Victoria made when I signed to them. Yeah, for me it was just kind of crazy to come back home. I mean, I'd been home overseas, for like 3.5 years. So just to get that opportunity to come back to a W League team and be home was like something really special for me, and I knew that speaking to other teams that it would be difficult because, you know, you already have a number one sitting there that have played half of the season. This is crazy. This is Norway. This was about like a 4-hour road trip, I reckon. Back and forth, you have to cross like ferries and everything in Norway. It's crazy. In Australia, we just don't really have anything like that. It's just unreal. It's such a stunning country and very fun to explore. I signed to Anna. Oh, they hate me. I can never say it. It's like Anna Bjorna. Yeah, they would always laugh when I tried to say it. So it's a team in Bergen there in Norway. Love the football. I felt like it was a really good fit for me as a club. It was a very good experience. I'm very thankful for it. It was a good bridge between college and then coming back to the W League. Just got me some games in between. This is me losing my lungs in conditioning. Well, I think the field players were overdoing kumbaya, we say, just not doing much. Us getting smashed in conditioning. I love the city colours, extremely happy to be here. I mean, coming to City, was that pressure, you know, it's a winning club, you know, and looking at the history, especially a lot of people are like, oh, you're filling Lydia Williams' shoes. Like, I'm never gonna fill her shoes. That's facts. She's unreal. So for me, it was more pressure I'd put on myself. Especially being away for so long and not really being in like, it's stupid to worry about, but like the Australian public eye. For me, I just knew City was the best fit. It doesn't take a genius to know that it's just a completely different team to last year. So obviously we do want to win and that's our goal and we want to win the double, but I don't feel that pressure as such, if that makes sense. Personally, just want to, you know, put myself in a good spot with the national team and keep all them happy, pretty much.